What's up, exiles? Lend me your ears. Are you tired of drowning in gold with no clue how to turn it into the sweet nectar of divine orbs? Do you dream of divine orbs raining down upon you like a loot pinata? Well, dream no more. I'm about to reveal a secret formula, the golden key to transforming your overflowing gold into a fat stack of exalts and then divines. Etch this single number into your minds, exiles, 1829, because it's the only number you'll need to know to calculate how many exalts you are about to profit. Using this strategy, 1,829 gold is the price of one exalt, making 10 million gold the equivalent of 5,467 exalts. Yes, you heard me right. With this knowledge, your mountains of gold become a gateway to unimaginable wealth. So, are you ready to cash in and become liquid? Then stick around because I'm about to show exactly how it's done. Okay, so the first thing I want to make you guys aware of, you come into your hideout, you control click Alva, it opens up the currency exchange. Hopefully you guys are all familiar with this. If not, then I cannot help you. But if you are familiar with it, there's something I want to specifically point out here. If you're a person who has Divine Orb, and you're wanting to trade them for Exalted Orb, the cost for exchanging one Divine Orb to 320 Exalts is 38,400. So that's an important number to know. And what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of people that are wanting to trade Divine Orbs to Exalted Orbs, but don't have a ton of gold in order to do that. And we'll get into exactly how we're doing that. One thing I also want to point out here is I'm using 320 exalts per one divine as my base calculation. Right now they're going for 319. You can get, if you want immediately to convert them. Earlier today, I was getting basically 324 per one divine. As you can see here, I traded 5 divine for 1,620 exalts, which is a 324 exchange. So you guys can mess around with this and try and min-max it the best way possible. 320 is an easy number to get at this time of recording. So for now, we're going to think of one divine orb as 320 exalted orbs, and one divine orb transferring to 320 costs 38,400 gold. Cool. Now I'm going to show you guys the next piece of the puzzle. Hopefully all of you guys have been to the trade site. If not, I have a bunch of cool videos on trading items and the most effective way of using this trade site. I'll link those in the video description, so you can go check that out if you haven't already. But most of us spend our time here where you search for items, and all that good stuff. But a lot of people have never actually utilized this tab right here, which is the bulk item exchange. If you come over here, what you're going to see is there's a whole variety of other currencies that people can trade for outside of the game. So a lot of these are now traded within the currency exchange in-game, but some people still choose to use the trade site so they don't have to spend gold in order to make those exchanges, to make those trades. So you can take advantage of the people that don't want to use gold and or don't have the gold to exchange their currency for one type to another. So if we come here under items I want and we click on Exalted Orb, and then for items I have, we click on Divine Orb, we can search. What we're going to see here is people exchanging. People will come here to find how much they can exchange a single divine for in terms of Exalted Orbs. And look at this. The number is significantly lower than what you would be getting if you were using the in-game currency exchange. But the thing is, they don't have to spend their gold. So all day today, right now I have them listed. I'm right here, Cyclone 9. I have one divine listed for 301 Exalted Orbs. Well, that's just because I wanted to speed up the process a little bit. Earlier today, I had them listed for 299 Exalted Orbs for one divine, and I was getting trades, I was getting spam trades basically over and over and over again. Sometimes people were buying stacks of 5 divine at a time, and it was multiple trades. So it was easy to get rid of them at that price as well, but you always want to pay attention to the market and how it fluctuates. Since most of my footage is exchanging one divine for 299 exalts, that's the number we're going to be using for our calculations. Let's do some math. Right now, I can exchange one divine and receive 320 Exalted Orbs right now in the currency exchange in-game. very easily. I can actually get a better rate if I'm a little bit more patient. If I'm doing this exact exchange, it's going to cost me 38,400 gold in order to conduct that trade. On the bulk trade website, I am exchanging 299 exalts for 1 divine. So essentially, I'm getting my divines at 320. I'm selling them off at 320. And I am selling exalts for 299, which leaves a profit margin of 21 exalts for every single flip of a divine, essentially. Now, with 21 exalts profit and the cost per gold to make this exchange, if you divide those two numbers, it actually equates to the number I referenced in the intro, 1,829 gold per exalt. So if you guys want to see how this works, I was actually doing it for a couple hours solid earlier, and it was pretty damn simple and fast. I also incorporated some additional interesting strategies that had to do with throwing Breachstones into the mix, but we'll get into that a little bit later. That made it a little bit faster and even more lucrative, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so here's some actual footage of me doing the trading in game. As you can see in the upper right, this person wants 17 divines for 5,083 exalts. So we're having to do multiple trades, 4 divines apiece for 1,196 exalts per trade. And as I'm trading this person, more trades are coming in for 1 divine for 299 exalts, and again 1 divine for 299 exalts. So this was pretty easy to do to liquidate the exalts that I was purchasing via the in-game currency exchange. And as you can see, we'll speed this up and you can just check out this trading process as I'm doing it live. So it was right at this moment when I realized I was out of exalted orbs again and I needed to go acquire some more. So I opened up the currency exchange and I went to go buy some more exalted orbs with divines. I was originally going to go for 320 for 1, but then I was like, I need to up this. I put in 1595 for 5 divines and it basically instantly sold, which was slightly more or slightly less than the 320 I was getting. So at 1600 I put that in and basically that instantly sold as well. So I think I realized shortly after this that I could be getting more than 320 exalts per divine. So I took a brief moment to put all these into my currency tab. So one thing I wanted to mention, it looks like it's a little bit complicated, but don't worry guys, stay till the end. I'm gonna wrap this up with a bow for you. An easy step-by-step process for how you can get this going. Alright guys, for anyone who wants extra credit to tie in another money-making strategy, here's where I start working in my Breachstone flipping strategy as well to help convert my currency back to divine orbs as well. Let's get into the math of what I'm doing right here as I'm buying and selling Breachstones. So as I mentioned earlier, 1 divine equals 320 exalted orbs approximately. You can get a better exchange if you're a little bit more patient. And then what I was doing was I was buying Breachstones for 216 exalt, as you can see here. And then I was exchanging 4 Breachstones for 3 divines, which if you multiply 320 by 3, that becomes 960 exalts. So 960 exalts for 4 Breachstones equals 240 exalts per Breachstone. So as you can see, We're buying them for 216, flipping them for 240, meaning we're getting a 24x profit. But the other part of this equation is that I'm actually converting my exalted orbs back to divine orbs and gaining some additional profit during the process of this. So here's how I was setting up my trade earlier. I was taking 1,080 exalted orbs and buying 5 breachstones, which makes them 216 exalted orbs each. And to exchange that, it's only 5,000 gold. So it's a very small gold price in terms of what we're doing here. Not like the 38,400 it takes to exchange divine for exalted orbs. And as you can see down here below, I even started doing it at a higher volume, doing 15 breachstones at a time. And you can, do this one at a time if you don't have enough currency to do it in bulk, but it definitely increases your profit, per hour, per trade. Now for the second part of it, if you hold control and click on this, it flips the items around. I was exchanging breachstones for divine orbs. And what I was doing was, what was I doing? 4 for 3. So I was doing 4 breachstones for 3 divine orbs. Right now I currently have that set up. These were taking a little bit longer to sell, but I was selling a ton of them throughout the day. And right now I have a bunch of listings currently set up. So the current rate is 1.44. We're trying to get 1.33. So it does take a little bit of time to sell these breachstones back for divine orbs, but they're definitely popping. And linking this into my profit making strategy was actually a really nice way of converting a lot of my exalted orbs to divines, and just kind of, upgrading my currency as I was moving along here and making a profit along the way. And to do this exchange, it's also not a lot of gold, only 2,400. So again, I'm not wasting my gold, which the main point of this video is converting gold into exalts. So this flipping strategy you can actually do by itself in isolation, but since I was having so many exalts by converting my divine to exalts, I just figured I'd link this in and do 2 things simultaneously to increase my profits overall. Guys, now I'm going to do a step-by-step tutorial on how you want to get this set up and how you need to go about it to account for market fluctuations. So always ensure that you're making a profit and getting the most out of your time and your gold. The first step, if you want to utilize this tactic, is to come in here and figure out what you can actually get for 1 divine, how many exalted orbs. So the current rate is 317. You can always go above the current rate, as long as you're patient, it's going to convert. So I was doing 320. Let's just do one for example and see how long it takes to convert that 1 divine orb to 320 exalts. And then again, if you want to do this faster, you can always select closer to the market rate, but you're going to want to know what you're exchanging your divine orbs for in terms of number of exalts. That's the first thing you need to do. The second thing you need to do is come over to the trade site, head over to the bulk item exchange tab, and select exalted orbs on this side, divine orbs on this side, hit search, and find out what they're going for on the bulk exchange. So right now I have the top position at 301 exalt for 1 divine. You don't need to have the top position in order to get whispered and be selling your exalts for divines. You could be down here, look at this guy, he's only giving 295 exalts per divine. So it depends on how patient you want to be. For the majority of my time, I was doing 299 exalts for 1 divine, but here is where you want to come to determine what can you actually get if you're flipping those through the bulk exchange rather than the in-game currency exchange. That's the second component. Finally, now when we have those 2 numbers, so 1 divine is 320 in-game currency exchange, 1 divine is 299 exalts via the bulk trade website. So how do I actually get my listing to sell my exalts for divines on the bulk trade website? Well, I'll come over to my currency tab. You'll right click on it and you can make it public. each item individually priced. So I'm going to go, I want to sell exalts for divine orbs. So I right click on exalts and I put in exact price. So I want 1 divine orb for 299 exalted orbs. Hit check. That's how you get your item listed on the bulk trade website. If you don't have the currency stash tab, you can just do this in a normal premium tab, the exact same way. So put 1 exalt over here, right click on it, and select, do the exact same thing. I want 1 divine orb, and here I have my 301 listing for 300. I will give you 301 exalted orbs for 1 divine orb, basically, and hit check. That's how you get it listed. One thing that's worth mentioning is wherever you're storing your currency, that needs to be public. So it's got to be set to public so that people can see how many total exalted orbs you have. Because if I just had this tab public and this one wasn't public, they would only see that, oh look, he'll sell me 301 exalted orbs for 1 divine, but he currently only has 1 exalted orb. So you're not going to get any whispers because people don't think you actually have the inventory to conduct the trade. So wherever your currency is located, make sure that tab is also public. Doesn't even have to be in the same tab where your listing is created. It just has to be public as well. That's how you get your item listed. One other thing that's worth mentioning, and I did this a lot in Path of Exile 1, I've flipped tons of currency for a crap ton of profit throughout my Path of Exile career, and just starting to dabble in it in terms of Path of Exile 2, but I did this a bunch in POE1. So if you don't want to use the currency exchange at all, say you have no gold, you can just use the bulk trade website and flip currency just like that. So as you can see here, I'm selling 1 divine on the bulk currency on the bulk exchange trade site for 314. You can buy 1 divine for 314 exalts. Again, I'm flipping those. I was flipping those for 299. So right there, I have a 15 exalt profit per flip just between these two. So without even using the in-game currency exchange, by listing these 2 items with the profit margin gap, I could be flipping these currency without the use of gold at all to make a profit. So just a little pro tip there if you want to go deeper into the trenches of currency flipping. That about wraps up this video, guys. I converted a lot of my gold to exalts and then divines today and made a profit while doing it in terms of flipping the Breachstones as well. So this is something that you can really utilize to make a lot of money in Path of Exile 2, and then go buy those god tier items and blast through all the content. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And as you can see here, I made a lot, but I still have 18 divine ready to pop, another 6 here, so 24 divine and Breachstones that are ready to pop as soon as I hit my ratio here. And then, you know, I still have 7,000 exalts that I need to convert up to divines as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the strategy. Hopefully it was clear enough and I didn't miss any of the steps to actually get this going for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Obviously, I read and answer all the comments. Hopefully you guys are going to pick this up and be able to convert that gold that's just been sitting in your inventory, sitting in your stash, not doing anything for you. Since gambling, I mean, people are gambling, you know, quad tabs of amulets. That is no longer really that profitable. This is probably the best way you can convert your gold. If you have a more profitable way of converting gold to currency, I'd love to hear that as well. So put that in the comments. Again, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was in-depth and informative and helped you on your Path of Exile 2 journey. I'm Cyclone9. I haven't kept a regular streaming schedule, but I do stream on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously from time to time. So if you ever see me online, come and pop in, ask any questions you want. I'm always happy to help. And check out the rest of the videos on the channel. There's a lot of good currency making strategies, a couple guides, some other good stuff. So hopefully this is useful for you. Cyclone9 out.